What's happening, ladies and gentlemen of League Zero, and welcome to the Novice Division Week 11, I want to say. Yes, 11.
Yep.
Game between Plat and Rio Redemption. A matchup older than time itself, has been going on since the very beginning of the league, although Plat generally gets the upper hand in these matchups. Can you tell that I'm originally from Plat Season 0? No, but you have quite an interesting matchup here. Rio, of course, fighting to not be the first winless team in league history. Platchat looking to potentially steal, I believe, third place from Geometric. Right now, they're one match differential behind. The both of these teams have something on the line here. Nothing in terms of getting into playoffs because both of them will.
Yeah. So essentially, what we got here is we got ourselves a matchup of a a, a good middle runner team, capable of going the distance with some longer teams. To point out, Plat Chat went the distance with Geo, won that one out 3-2, putting their head-to-head record above. In terms of going against Geometric. However, Geometric is one match ahead of Plat Chat, 7 map differential in front. So a loss here for Geo against Wisdom Academy tonight, which is looking pretty likely compared to our analysis opinions here. We're looking at another Wisdom Academy making a full run, maybe a 10-0 entire season. But to focus on this match specifically, Rio last week going 3-1, losing against OTW. Platchat once again winning against Geo 3-2 last week. Player of the match that game was Angel Plays. So Plat has a 100% analysis opinion advantage here in this matchup, as Rio obviously a 0-8 team right now, looking to snap that streak. And if tonight's the night to do that, then we'll go ahead and see. We got Rio is 0-8 with a -20 map differential. They went their first 5 matches of the season completely completely mapless, and then for the last 3 games, definitely picking it up. They've at least won at least one map for each one of those matchups. Plat Chat 4-4 with a 0 map differential. They're looking very good and able to go to the distance. It's a very long team, so I really want to see what kind of matchup we got here today.
Yeah, definitely. A lot of these players I'm not too familiar with in terms of Rio. Chaos and Blitz, I don't think I've seen them play too much. ATZ and Chef, they've been around since the draft. Revolve, actually the manager, he picked himself up later in the season. He does play a little bit of tank, a little bit of support, at like a mid to high gold level, so he will be skill-wise one of the better players potentially in this lobby. Ian Kenny, coming originally from Wisdom, who is 8-0, so he has quite a bit of confidence in winning. Certainly a lot of experience in it because he was traded, I think, like 2 or 3 weeks ago, so he had about half the season with Wisdom. From what I understand, he has been one of the breakout stars of Rio since joining the team. I can't say that for certain because I haven't watched too many other games, just a couple of clips here and there, and I believe this is actually the first time I'm seeing them play live. But anyways, we do have Platchat winning the coin flip there. They will go to Nepal.
Yeah, Nepal's definitely a map that shows a lot of diversity as far as the architecture of the map. One is wide open, one is in a really tight, uh, really tight household situation with 2 entrances. So, depending on how each team wants to run their strategy, is how they want to do it. Because the bans this week, we got Diva being banned for tanks, Ana banned for supports, and then Surumba Reaper banned for DPS. So, however these team wants to play it is up to them, but that really takes down a lot of brawl type things here with no anti-nades coming from Anna's. Defense matrix completely gone with the ban on Diva, and then Reaper, the hyper aggressive front runner you want for that brawl, is completely gone. So uh, what we might see here today is maybe a lot of dive. Double Shield has poked its head out a bit here recently, especially in practices and pugs throughout this entire week for honestly every team. So we're gonna go ahead and see how each team wants to run each architectural map. Maybe you'll see a Symmetra somewhere here in some close quarter situations.
Possibly, yeah. Will be interesting to see. I don't. Again, I'm not too familiar with Blitz and Chaos. Actually, take a look here at Blitz's profile. He does play a lot of Diva, although he does have a reasonable amount of time on Zarya and Sigma as well. I get the feeling we might be seeing some double shield here today. Not entirely sure. Um. Okay, it looks like Yep, Rio is in fact ready. Plat Chat has been ready, so we're going to hop straight into it.
All right, here
Hopefully,
we go.
the Doom event ended, so like the background changed there, and I thought the lobby crashed. So I was like,
Yeah.
no.
I was like, something happened.
Yeah, but apparently that did not adversely affect.
So here we are on a Nepal opening up. I believe this is Sanctuary.
This is no, this is
Pretty
Shrine,
sure.
and then the
Oh, yeah,
big
this
one with
is
the
Shrine,
Death
yeah.
Pit is Sanctum.
Yeah, okay. So we are here on Shrine, looking at what Plat Chat wants to run here. It's seeming like we got ourselves a Ryan Zarya combined with a maybe we're getting a little bit of Brawly up in here with the switch on to Ashe here for Alpha Omega.
I wouldn't. I don't know. I don't know whether to take this Torb pick too seriously or not. Last week, obviously, we saw a lot of unironic Torb, especially in advanced. It worked really well. Not sure what to think though.
Wouldn't put it past it. And we'll watch as these doors open, and
Yep.
both teams keeping a Torb here.
I like it. Let's see who can get more value out of this.
So both teams running a Lucio, however, Plat Chat running a Moira, going for some more hyper healing, more get in your face type play here. Rio Redemption, choosing for the poke here. Still running the Lucio, but the back with the immortality is going to be really, really good for their side. A huge boop coming out
Do
from
have a
Bob's.
pause coming in almost immediately.
So as this fight engages, I'm just going to break it down just a little bit here. From the first 5 seconds of this match, essentially, the winnable situation here that Plat Chat has is they really need to jump onto point and just take like hold of it. Essentially, with this Rhine pick, they're really solidifying that they need to hold on to this point. With the Moira hyper healing, it'll allow No You to just stand right here in front of the entire Rio Redemption team. Bob's gets a good boop off of the point as of right now. So that'll have Rio Redemption not having any presence on point as of now, unless Blitz wants to take a step forward. However, he'll be taking a step forward into that Reinhardt. So that'll be a huge cleave damage there for No You. So we'll see how Rio Redemption wants to keep this one up. They got their shields broken already from the Plat Chat Torp and Kree combo. So we're going to go ahead and see we got ourselves an R from Plat Chat.
Yeah, anyways. Plat Chat's ready. Okay. So they are ready. Gonna unpause. And get back into this. Apparently some ping issues.
Yeah, we got some ping issues, so a pull coming out.
Oh!
Chef gets a good pick onto Angel. That's a lot of healing down. The Fire Strike takes down Chaos. Main tank down. There's the Immortality field, so nobody's going to die from Rio Redemption. Plat Chat gets their point presence first as Rio Redemption keeps trying to poke on the point. Ats gets his Torp turret down. There's the window. But,
no.
Plat Chat cleans up right as that window was put down. So Alpha Omega
a little bit of a panic ultimate there, I feel like, and not the ultimate. I mean, like, not the worst ultimate to toss out, but like you kind of want to keep that to engage here, especially because they're coming up on quite a few ultimates themselves. You know, Chef, Revolve, Blitz, all getting relatively close. ATC and Chaos dying early in that fight. Actually, I don't think ATC died early. He just didn't have much luck with the Torb there. Whereas Plat Chat has a ton of ultimates. Like, they're coming up in basically all 6, essentially, aside from maybe Eagle Debuff, 2-0. Oh!
Hammer gets thrown in, gets nobody blocked by his shield. All shields roasted out from Rio Redemption. There comes in the grab. Blitz takes on Vaporeon. Hand name coming out from Alpha Omega. He is taken out by Ads. Oh my gosh, the beat comes in from Rio Redemption. It's a 4v5 or 4v6 here in favor of Rio Redemption.
Oh no! He just had one! He built it up so fast!
Farmed it really, really fast, but now it's just a cleanup here for Rio Redemption. There it is. So a 60% point first take here for Plat Chat. We'll see how they want to retake this.
He did. Okay, so Rio did manage to take it back with about 60%. Wow, that was a really fast re-engage right there, and they have quite a few ultimates. Another window, sure enough, he built it up fast.
Here's the Molten Core right into the Immortality field, but it gets it too. Bob takes down Chaos. Rio Redemption is crumbling off the point with only a mere 22% take here, and Plat Chat is back on point.
That was like some advanced level coordination right there. That was beautiful. They just immediately rushed onto point, and Rio was not ready. I think they were still getting set up. And
Yes,
I mean,
Plat chat,
the
definitely.
silver lining here is that they have 4 ultimates. They have a significant advantage in the old economy. They just need to use it correctly. So we'll see how that works out here.
Bring engagement back in. Molten Core coming out here from Ats, but no, you gets a Fire Strike onto I and Kenny. That's only Lucio heals here from the side of Rio Redemption. There is no time for them to back out and try to recontest. They're just tossing their ultimates in.
Oh,
Oh, Earth Shatter gets 3. Here comes in the beat from Plat Chat just to basically seal the deal. No contesting here from Rio Redemption. They are just all gone. Kenny's trying to come back, but that's just it.
yeah, no, that's unfortunately in the countdown, I believe. Uh, I think it was, who was it? Someone from Plat Chat, I think, said how they're not taking Rio lightly because they know that they're not quite that bad anymore. You know, like they're not terrible, but you also don't want to give them their first win, especially in Plat Chat's situation where you want to go for as many match wins as possible, try and get a higher seeding in the playoffs. So you can definitely tell they're not taking Rio very lightly here. They're actually treating them like a real threat. Maybe if they go up 2-0, they might meme a little bit, but for now they're securing the wins about as fast as they can.
The only hope that Rio Redemption can hold on to here is that if Hyperflex just goes 0-2 for their last few matches here, because right now they're 2 matches still behind. Hyperflex is still 2-6, while Rio is 0-8. So they gotta
Yeah,
fight for that higher seed slot to not get probably destroyed by Wisdom.
it would be so incredibly difficult to take over Hyperflex even and get into that 5th place spot. Oh my
Go
god,
back on
it'll
the
be
point. Iggly takes down Ads. Rio is running the sim strat, trying to get point presence first. Plat Chat taking note of that, rushing onto point first. Chef takes down Alpha Omega, but I'm pretty sure this is just a full back here from Rio. Nothing they can do here. They just gotta get out.
Yeah,
So,
that was a nice pick there
on
from
the
Chef.
top.
They might be able to push in on that soon enough. Depends on how fast Alpha is getting back. Doesn't look like he's being taxied, so Rio does have an opportunity. Looks like they are pushing in on Alpha Omega, just barely getting back to the point now.
So they can't get their point
Again,
presence. No, you. It just
ATZ.
denies it.
That's the second time in a row that ATZ has died first.
Oh, and it's just going downhill for Rio. Chef gets taken down. There goes the ammo field. Everyone on the team able to die again. Oh, and here we go. Blitz is completely segregated from his team. Kenny gets a pick on Alpha Omega, but that's all he can do. He's got to get out of there.
Yeah,
Running away with his tail between his legs.
it's only so much a Baptiste can do alone, although they will have some ultimates this fight. Plat Chat is basically coming up on all 6, whereas ATZ, you know, dying so early in both of these fights, he barely...
He's only 30%.
Yeah, at Sim, and you'd think, like, with the comps that that Plat Chat is running, a Sim would get a good amount of value. Nice early wall there from
The window
Kenny.
is out. They were only able to take down the turret with that window, and now they got to start making their way over. Plat Chat running this really hyper brawl on point, not letting anybody in. So here comes the bongo for the shatter.
No.
The shatter. Here comes the beat out from Rio, but I'm pretty sure that's just gonna be it. They don't have any like presence here with them.
Oh, you
Here
might
comes
die
the
here.
charge
Yep.
in. Aw, and that's just it.
Huh. Credit to ATZ, he built that up really fast for having 30 at the beginning of the fight, but not exactly the time you want to use that. I'm hoping he's swapping off now.
He was trying his best, but
Yeah.
at this point you're running
Yeah,
a
sure
sim
enough.
into a hyper brawl. And
I don't know
you
if they
have
can
presence on
touch.
point.
They're going high ground. I don't know if they can touch this. I guess maybe
He's
if
the only
Blitz...
one.
Blitz...
He's going for it.
Okay, he will be able
Ooh,
to.
barely gets on in the immortality field.
Oh, Bob!
Oh, Chef gets the dragon strike on the box.
Oh.
Oh, but then the grab comes in. Here comes the,
Oh.
the high noon grabs 3.
No.
Alpha Omega sealing Rio's fate here on Nepal, and that'll be it.
That's pretty much
2-0
all she
clean.
wrote. Yeah, I mean, they had a little bit of percentage capture there on Shrine, but I mean, not really much else they could do.
Play of the game.
Yeah,
Probably
they
that
kinda
Graviton
They tried
with
their
the-
best.
Yeah, it's the Graviton with the high noon. High noon, or play of the games have been weird lately. I personally would have given that to Alpha Omega, but I guess the game doesn't quite know what to think.
Yeah, they kind of just they tried their best. Unfortunately, in my opinion, they really shouldn't have kept running with this sim. At the point they were at, it was just like you shouldn't have kept pushing this sim where you have to have point presence first into a brawl where they actually got to the point and held the point first. So really no like turn of events here for Rio. And in fact, there was only like a couple kills that they got during that second map that really they only got one kill per fight. There wasn't really any tide turning picks that they received or anything like that. Um, are we seeing any rotations from the side of either team right now?
Let's see, we're gonna have Empty come in for Revolve, so a change up in the main supports there. It looks like we're gonna have Red Panda come in for Iggledy their other flex DPS. They seem to use him when they can run Pharah, for example. So possibly expecting Rio to pick a certain map. Okay, so Dorlek actually is coming in for Blitz as well. Quite a few subs coming out right now.
Both teams really wanted to get the most out of the things they got. So Dorlek for Blitz. So is Blitz coming in?
No, Blitz is going out. He was the Sigma. For
Gotcha.
Rio the last time. Plat really only swapping out for Red Panda. Rio looks like they're changing up a little bit. Possibly they weren't certain, or maybe that was just like their set in stone strat for the control map. But either way, Rio will get the choice for Volskaya or Horizon. I've seen a lot of Volskaya. Sure enough, it's Volskaya.
It's gonna be Volskaya. So Red Panda basically having a playground this round if he's gonna be running his Pharah.
Possibly, yeah.
We might see both teams running their Pharah. Maybe not. We'll have to get into the game and see. Now it honestly begs the question for what Rio is gonna change up about what they just saw in Nepal. Honestly, if this was my team and I was coaching, I would say, if you're running that double shield, you really got to poke them down first before they can run into you. So essentially, that wasn't what Rio was doing. Rio was still trying to take ground without even trying to get that much poke off. While Plat was playing the game exactly how they wanted to. They knew they were running a really hyperish brawl. They just had to get in, smack some faces, and get out. And so that's essentially how Plat really dominated our Nepal map here. So we'll see if Rio can maybe get a little coaching, little strategies into the fray before they hop into Volskaya here.
Interestingly, we have Lordy coming in for Bobs. Lordy being the starting main support for the first couple of weeks for Plat. Unfortunately, he had to go to the hospital for some reason. It wasn't Corona, but he was very sick, I believe, with like a normal flu. So he was out for like 3 weeks, hence why they picked up Bobs. And in all honesty, from what I recall of Lordy's play this season, it's about on par with Bob. So possibly just more of a playstyle thing to do with the map. Possibly Lordy's more comfortable in different supports other than Lucio, because Bob is known for his Lucio. Anyways.
We will just have to see once we get on.
Plat is ready. They decide to stay on defense. Unsurprisingly. Seems to be the favored side for the most part.
Waiting for an R for Rio, maybe getting a little bit of last minute coaching in, seeing what they want, and there is their R.
All
so
right.
Both teams are ready.
We're gonna hop straight into Volskaya. St. Petersburg, I believe, is canonically where it takes place.
Gotta love those robots. One of them out there
The giant
breakdancing.
mechs.
My boy out there breakdancing, following his dream. He knows what's up.
But in the meantime, it'll be interesting to see what Plat rolls out with, as they will be the first team that can actually show us what they really intend to run. Interesting. They have Alpha Omega on the Junkrat and Red Panda on the Torb still. They actually have
like what they're running here. They just
pretty
switched over to
standard
the
bunker.
bat. Yeah, very standard bunker. They run the poke out Rio before they can get to them. However, Rio is still sticking with their double shield comp here, wanting to be able to get in. They are running the Zen. So Ian, I just realized that's not Ian Canny, that's Ian.
It's
Canny.
Ian, yep. It's a name.
Okay,
Interesting. So they might be running out on the Zen here. Not too popular of a pick that we've seen thus far this season, but Potential for some
It's
serious
definitely
highlights.
playable. So once you get that Discord orb off, unless you have the Zarya bubble, there's not really much you can do to get rid of it. So we'll just have to see how Rio wants to play this out. They just need to stick the Discord on someone and just focus that person down.
Looks like it's on
Essentially how they
Lordy,
wanna play this.
which is not going to be an easy target to focus down.
Oh, but they do get a pick off on empty first.
Okay.
Chef gets taken down. Oh lord, they are dropping like flies.
I don't think they were ready to rotate because the 3 people that got picked off weren't exactly covered by the shield. Ironically, 2 of them
Yeah.
had shields, but you know. Looks like ATZ will get out of there with his life, will not get staggered, and give a little bit of ult charge to Ian there.
He's still
So
trying to poke his way.
So realistically, Rio had the right idea there. They just didn't rotate fast enough, and Plat just kind of collapsed on him. Which, I mean, hey, they're running sort of a brawl, kind of like a bunker, I guess.
They kind of just need to stick together while still being able to shoot. And as we see here, they're just playing
Oh, no.
very, very separated.
Already a tire, and there goes
Yep.
Chaos.
It was inevitable that Tower was going to get a lot of damage out. They were just playing really, really split, not really trying to play together. Even if you had shields on one like some people on the right-hand side, you had a lot of people completely uncovered and still trying to poke. The best part about poke is you got to stay behind the shield.
Yeah, and sure enough, actually Rio is coming up on a decent amount of ultimates. Plat not coming up on too many. You know, getting close, but not quite there. But unfortunately, Rio was just kind of sticking into the
There's
choke
the
point.
window.
But
Finally,
that's a good
they
pick.
get a pick on a Vaporeon.
however, look at Red Panda. He has his ultimate. He could potentially. There we go.
There.
Oh,
He
ATZ.
gets Ajaxed midway through it. Here we go. We got no you trying to make a play out of this, but nothing he can do there. You got the lone Turbo Beer in third and Lordy on point, but that's just going to be it. Rio Redemption finally taking point A with 2 left on the clock.
Not too shabby in all honesty. It took a little time to get there, but they did eventually get there, and they still have a few ultimates. They're going to have the Flux, they're going to have the High Noon. In and of itself is a pretty good combo. Red Panda actually swapping off of the Torb and onto the McCree here, possibly seeing some value in
Objective B.
harassing the tanks a little bit more. Chef also is coming up on his Blizzard as well, so some decent snowball potential here. Depends on how they play it, though.
Sneaky.
ATZ is...
Sneaky. Oh no, they're not
Lordy.
looking right. They're not looking right.
ATZ
Now you get the pick onto Lordy. There's
Oh,
the High Noon. Oh,
the
it's
combo.
even up. It's an even 3-3, but they have the wall in their favor. Oh no,
No,
they're
it's
falling now.
it's lost for the offense, but that was a good attempt. Unfortunately, they lost too many, but they did have the right idea, creating quite a few openings. Chef does still have his Blizzard, and Chaos is now coming up on his Bongo, should get that relatively soon. However, Vaporeon already has his, and Lordy does have the beat, so there is going to be a little bit of potential here to stall out for the defense, if need be, as long as he doesn't get Ajaxed.
Yeah,
However,
honestly,
he is
Plat
hiding
does
up on the
have
high
no
ground,
advantage.
and ATZ is right there. Oh no, Lordy!
Oh, can he get the kill?
Again.
Alright, Lordy is down early.
Again. That's a great opening.
Poke battle. The Blizzard is thrown out. Will it catch anybody though? Nobody is actually frozen inside the Blizzard, so they just have this ground for free. Let's see how
Chaos
they
is
want to
so
engage.
low right
No,
now.
you-
Oh,
Alpha Omega. Oh no, it's falling apart here for Rio. They get a tick, but honestly, it's just going downhill. They threw down the bongos, so that'll be an ult that they don't have for the next fight. However, they're coming up on 4 right now. That's something Rio can't say they have either.
yeah, no, Chaos does finally have the Bongo. Empty is come. Actually, both supports on the side of Rio are coming up on their ultimates, but they are going to have to worry about quite a few ultimates on the side of Platchat as well. They're coming up on High Noon. They're going to have Vap and Tyre already. No U's going to have his Shatter soon enough, so it's going to be crucial that they get more value out of their ults and actually keep people in the fight. Lordy is not sneaking on the high ground this time around. Will not get picked off first, due to that at the very least.
So here comes the tire. If I was Rio, I'd just dry fight this. Try to get some.
Oh, Ian,
Ian
okay.
Kenny gets the pick. Oh, they throw down the bongos. They're committed to winning this fight. Vaporeon getting pretty low. There comes the immortality field.
Oh,
Huge!
no.
A 5-man shatter. They get the pick on to know you, but I'm pretty sure that's just going to be it. Alpha Omega just cleaning house after that huge shatter from No You.
If Ian Kenny had dropped down half a second later, he would not have been hit by that shatter, and he had trance. That could have
That was
been
a fight loss.
absolutely crucial.
That is very unfortunate for Rio there.
Now, Rio does still have some more ultimates. They've been cycling their ults relatively well, not completely wasting them, like you might fear they would be. However, Platchat's been winning these fights with like a single ultimate, effectively. So, the fact that Platchat has anything on board right now... Oh no, ATZ!
Oh no, he gets this... Oh, here comes... Whoa, they were investing the Heinen kind of later on.
Okay.
Chef choosing to just die to it. Dorlick kills himself with his own Newton balls, and seeming like Rio wants to get on out of here.
Yeah.
Panda on the flank, but...
It is nice that Rio managed to get one tick that is going to be rather large, however, that is also giving Platchat the win condition instead of the continuation condition. They really want to get this last 63-ish percent, 63.4% on the board, even if it takes them to overtime, because at the very least they can have a pretty easy win condition of just stopping Platchat. But they need to get there first.
Expanded. Pull, plane pulled in. Oh, they're gonna pull Flux here. Here comes the Junkrat Tire. He takes down Ats. Ats does not get any value out of his high noon. We got a bunch of fights happening on point, but no U takes down Chaos. He's just swinging that hammer, getting so much value out of it. Not enough poke being taken from Rio here, and so Ian's just, oh, he's running away. Can he make it out? Oh,
barely.
Barely close. Oh, Red Panda's waiting for it.
He's waiting for him to peek, but it looks like he will regain his shield, so he will survive this one. You know, you figure with the style that they're playing, Rio would almost want to play like snipers or something, ATZ being known as one of the better Widows in Novice. Yeah, to my knowledge, it's Urban, Reaper, and Sombra, so they could actually play Widow if they wanted.
Yeah, double shield is definitely a viable comp. The shield gets thrown in front of the wall.
Oh,
really great.
okay.
Alpha gets taken
Good opening.
out early from empty.
That's
There's
not...
the wall, but they're down and a huge shatter. Oh my gosh. Trades being thrown back left and right.
They
There's
need to
a
touch.
4v3.
Can they?
It's a 4v3.
They couldn't touch. Oh my god.
Honestly, at this point in the fight, I don't believe that it would have mattered. Unfortunately for the side of Rio, because
but you
they were
always
in a
want that
3v4.
chance.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for them, everyone who is still alive was very slow and had basically no movement abilities. ATZ, I believe, was still alive, but he had already used his roll, so none of them could get to point, which is just painful to watch your chance slip away from you. But they did manage to take about one tick and then a tiny bit extra on second point, so they do have a good win condition there. They just need to hold Platchat, which isn't impossible, but it's going to be rough, the way they've been playing. Fair enough, Red Panda might be staying on this Pharah. Granted, they are in attack, so they can swap whenever they feel like it. Rio, on the other hand, is playing pretty much the same thing we've been expecting them to play. This map.
Honestly, Chef, his Mei wasn't really that useful in at least last round. The walls he was hitting weren't really isolating their main tank at all, so it honestly didn't really make Platchat separate from each other. In fact, I feel like it made them play a little bit closer to each other, considering that No Yu, even though he got separated from his team on many occasions by his own choice, he was still getting a ton of value out of his plays.
Okay, we are actually going to see this Pharah play. In the past, Red Panda has had probably one of the better Pharahs in Novice. Have to see if he can keep it up. Already taking a lot of poke damage there, but he's staying up. And getting a lot of damage himself. Actually, not quite. Looking at his ult charge, must be hitting shields mostly.
Wall doesn't really isolate. Red Panda's going for the supports in the back, but not really getting any value out of that, so we just got ourselves a
Oh,
stinger.
ATZ found him, but not quite enough to take him down.
It's just poking back and forth till we get our first pick. Immortality Field expended by Rio early, and Alpha Omega is going to take down Chef. But oh my gosh, Trade's getting blown back left and right. Az takes down Alpha Omega. No Yu gets Chaos. It's just the play for the point here. No Yu gets taken very low. Not a lot of healing for him.
Oh,
Dorlick
no.
takes down No Yu, but Red Panda and Alpha find hits onto Empty, Ats, and Dorlick. Dorlick takes down Lordy, but Angel takes down Ian at the end. So it's a 4-man win in this sense for Platchat right now, as they cap with about 3 minutes left rather than Rio's 2.
Doing a little bit better than what Rio did, and already they're putting themselves in a pretty good position to actually take second point. They really just need that, what, 34.6%? Yeah. Unfortunately, I feel like they're having a little bit of difficulty dealing with Alpha Omega's Junkrat. I guess a character that is somewhat infamous for running amok in this elo, as it were, and he's just getting so much value out of it. You know, ATZ missing some of his shots there when Alpha Omega is using his mines to get up
Oh,
in the air.
lessons being used.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
Ian gets taken down. Immortality Field's out. Everybody on Rio is low. There it goes. Immor down. Dorley takes down No U, but I feel like that's just all there is. Vaporeon getting the 2K. Red Panda taking down Ads.
Oh, okay.
Oh my gosh. Flux gets used.
And that's
but
gonna be the map.
That's just it. That's just it.
Victory.
Plat chat up 2-0 against Rio. Not really looking good odds for here for Rio.
No, unfortunately. Kind of what everyone was expecting. You know, Platchat's just looking like one of the better teams right now. You know, they beat who's widely expected to be the second seed in One Trick Wonders. They took it to, I believe, map 5 with Wisdom. And then they beat Geometric last week. So, Rio just feels like not much in comparison to the teams they have beaten.
Yeah, Rio is definitely they want to forerun this matchup they have here, because against both Wisdom and OTW, they took both of them to map 5, and OTW and Wisdom both number 1 and number 2 seeds in the current state of Novice Division. Plat check going 3-2 with a draw against OTW, and they actually won that one out. They went 3-2 to Wisdom, but Wisdom won that one out as well. So I feel like their only brick wall that they have right now is Wisdom Academy, as they've shown they can fight against OTW and Geometric last week with a 3-2 win.
Interestingly enough, we have Rio choosing Hollywood here, knowing that is a really good Junkrat map. Alpha Omega has just been running amok with the Junkrat. Some concerning picks here for Rio, but I guess what else can they do? I don't know if they're really comfortable on dive. Okay, so we have
at this point, the
some
red,
more
you gotta play
swaps.
what you practice, and I feel like Rio really likes this double shield.
Yeah. Let's see. So we have Iggledy Bob coming back in for Red Panda, and Bob's coming back in for Lordy. Revolve coming back in for Empty as well, so yet another main support swap up there. I feel like Rio's not in the position where they want to be swapping stuff up, whereas Platchat seems like they're just giving people playtime at this point. Or
Is this just
possibly.
me, or am I sensing a Houston Outlaws situation here, where we're just swapping main supports?
Possibly. Hard to tell. This could be part of a plan. I don't know if Rio has a plan at this point in the season, or if they're just prepping for the playoffs. You know. Okay, and Blitz is coming back in for Dorlex, so swap him back to the Nepal lineup, I guess.
At the point we're at right now, it's looking like we are seeing a completely different Rio, in the sense of they're not playing how we have seen them. Oh, my dog is shaking his collar. We're not seeing the Rio, especially what it's looking like here on the scorecards for both week 10 and week 8, where Rio won against OTW and Wisdom Academy, both number 1 and number 2 seed. They actually took a map off of OTW and 2 maps off of Wisdom Academy, which seems unlike what their overall 0-8 win-loss ratio is here. However, they're not able to take a map off of Plat Chat quite yet. You know, we might see a Resident Sleeper reverse sweep, but with the way they're playing and the way that Plat Chat's just playing this Junkrat and no counter, we might see ourselves a 3-0 here if Rio doesn't turn something around.
Yeah, definitely, and sure enough, both teams are ready, so we're going to hop straight into Hollywood. This is really Rio's final hour. Platchat is on match point. So it is time for someone to step up here on Rio and start playing like they were the past couple of weeks. You know, I know there's doubts in terms of, you know, they did take a good map off of OTW, but OTW started picking it up at that point. Wisdom just kind of didn't come in prepared, but once they regathered themselves, they managed to bring it back in. I believe not a reverse sweep, but close to it. I believe it was rather close, but this Rio just looks kind of underprepared in a way. You know, they've been running a lot of this double shield style, but it doesn't really seem to be working too well for them. You know, they're not collapsing in on their targets, they're not isolating anyone. They're just kind of playing vanilla.
Yeah, they are 100% playing looking like a disorganized team. in the sense of they got their comp, they're playing the characters that they need to play for this comp. However, they're just not playing it to this potential.
Yeah, definitely. Whereas Plat, of course, is looking like they have the past 3 or 4 weeks at this point. They've been a top contender, and it looks like they're going to be going into playoffs with a vengeance. Sure enough, Alpha Omega is on that Junkrat, no surprises. He's just been running amok the entire series with it.
Rotate around.
Sure enough, he's almost halfway to his ult already.
Oh my gosh, he's just laying in mines.
I mean, if it works, you know, they're not shielding it, they're just kind of taking it. Ian Kenny getting a lot of healing. Oh, but not enough.
He gets fire started right out of the beginning. Alpha Omega on the flank with the J Silly. Oh no, he gets a 3k at the end of that fight.
Huge props to Anzhao there for keeping No Yu up, because he went to, I believe, like 90 health and just barely survived. ATZ actually swapping over to the Widow. Definitely viable here, especially on first and second point. Gonna be a little bit harder if they make it to third point, but let's worry about this point first. Going for a jump shot here. Not really finding anything though. But there is some pick potential here. It does look like Plat have noticed the Widow swap, and they've been playing a little bit more reclused.
Where's Chef? What's Chef doing? He was completely. He probably wasn't aware of the call.
Oh no! This is not the position. Oh!
Nothing with the tire. ATZ is very low. He's gonna get
he lost the sniper duel to a Torb.
Oh, lessons from Real Redemption. Maybe they want to find a pick here, but they're not just finding anything. Ooh, we get the kill on an Alpha Omega. The immortality field is expensive.
Oh no!
And the window is out from Anzhao from Plat. No using a takedown Chaos, so that's the main tank down.
Ooh, Chef. Oh, never mind.
Not looking good. Real Redemption with their backs against the wall here. No use actually getting very, very low.
I don't know if they have the damage to finish them off right now, especially since they're retreating.
Yeah.
They are staggering back, however.
Looking for a pick. Now, this Widow play is actually... It's definitely viable, especially against a Junkrat, since the Junkrat kind of wants to take off flanks without a shield. So it's a very viable option. He just needs to find the right pick. Igglybot coming for him, but I'm not seeing any pick potential here. That's knowing his limits and getting away.
ATZ continually looking for these jump shots, getting some good damage in, but not really finding those finishing blows, and not really coordinating with his team to focus on the vulnerable targets, you know?
Honestly, I feel like Rio is just trying to... They keep trying to find the flank that...
Oh,
and there it is. Oh, and there's the Shatter. It gets a 3-man Shatter. Any cleanup by it. No,
how does he survive that?
Whoa! Oh my god.
He was at 35 health at one point.
No damage here from the side of Rio. Not able to take anybody out. AGZ gets taken out from Alpha. And he already has another Rip Tire.
Yeah, I mean... He's just been doing a stupid amount of damage at this point. Igglebot has been holding on to his Molten Core for what feels like forever now. He just hasn't had to use it. ETZ does... It shows how much damage he's been getting in, but they're mostly body shots or headshots onto the tanks, and you know, you kind of need to get those picks.
He's got walls, but all of his potentials here. There's the Blizzard. Will it get anybody? No. Everybody gets out of the Blizzard. The window is expensive on the side of Plat. Here comes... Junkrat tire. Can it get anything? There it is. There it is. Oh! He gets the kill. Chaos takes down Vaporeon and Igglybot. Can he get the BAP? Can he get the BAP?
I don't think Bobs knows where he is. He's just
the bat barely escapes with his life. Oh, Anzhao is literally one. Oh no. Chaos was definitely tearing in. They want to speed in.
Rio used all their ults last fight. All they have is the bongo right now. ATZ.
Oh no. Oh. So here comes the bongo. Will they get any pressure picks out of this? Oh, Ian's gone.
This is looking dire.
Plat Chat's coming back on the point. There's the beat out from Plat Chat, so they're gonna
He's gonna have shatter in about 3 seconds. Never mind, he gets shattered himself. But
it's a huge shatter, but no.
Oh,
ATZ comes back. He's gone.
That was painful. I gotta be honest. That was just pure domination on the side of Plat Chat. They had a plan, they stuck with it, and they just ran through Rio. You know, nothing really worked there. Possibly running like a Pharah could have worked. I'm not sure how comfortable ATZ or Chef. I know Chef has a relatively limited hero pool with like Mei, Hanzo, and maybe like one other in there, maybe like a Doomfist. But I don't know what his flexibility is.
with their play, with the way they're playing, it's not looking good. They don't. It's not that they don't look like the team. However, it's just they're not playing like they want to play.
Ready.
Yeah. Oh, possibly a double sniper here. A little bit of a show from Plat chat. Haven't really seen
Maybe
too
at
much
this
of
point
Alpha
they just want to
Omega.
play.
Yeah. Pretty much the same thing from Rio that we have been seeing. Aside from Blitz now on the Zarya. Haven't really seen much Ryan Zarya from them. Interesting potential composition here from Platchat in terms of tanks. Uh, Winston Ryan is not exactly what you'd expect. But, I mean, at this point, they just need a tick, and they have 4 minutes to do it. So, hard to argue with whatever they want to run.
Yeah, at this point, it's just you gotta go with what you gotta go, and if that Orisa isn't working, you gotta figure out how you can change it in the way Blackchat Vapor got on the Winston.
They're actually rolling out with this, so if it
They're
works.
playing with their food. They're playing with their food. Let's be honest here.
Oh, he does get a little bit of sectioned off from his team there.
Chaos
Okay.
is swinging. He's pretty low. The monkey's in the back line.
No one's
Pick
really
him up before he can get
dealing
out.
with him, but yeah, okay.
At this point, I feel like Platchat is just trying to. They're trying to outskill Rio without needing to play a comp.
Without playing
because
ACOM. Yeah, pretty much.
It's impossible for Rio to win this map. So either way, Rio isn't going to be able to take a map up here. So they're just going to be playing around, see if they can out-mechanic them on a hero. That's essentially what I think we're looking at right here. Oh no, ATZ, don't run away.
He does get. Oh,
He's gone.
He dies? Oh, they burned through the bubble. That's crucial. That might just be the fight, especially with that.
That's just it. That's essentially the game. No pick potential other than there's the Cole. It's a one-man Cole.
We talk a little bit about flushed and advanced speedrunning teams, but this was a whole different kind of speedrun. The recording
minutes.
is 41 minutes.
Oh.
Whew. That, not unexpected, but I was hoping Rio would put up a better fight than that.
Well, especially with how they been taking these last few weeks. They got a
Yeah.
map up on OTW, got 2 on.
I told them that I wouldn't care if they pulled a Lastro, so sure enough, that's what they're doing in chat now.
Oh no.
But that's not against Leo. Nice. Got the little pin there at the very end. But yeah, that is. That's that. That was. I don't even know how to interview because there wasn't enough time for anyone to really shine. It was just Platchat walking. Maybe get No You in here because he had 3 shatters over the course of 2 minutes on Volskaya, I think.
Yeah, sure. Let's do that one.
All right. Let's see what he says. Still waiting on. I don't like dragging people in here without them acknowledging it.
Mm-hmm. If not, maybe we can get Alpha Omega in.
Oh, they want to do Maverick interview?
Did Maverick even play?
No, he's the manager.
Oh, okay.
All right. Make up your minds, fellas. Okay, we'll do Maverick. All right. Where's Maverick? Where is he? There he is. Okay. Casting booth 1.
He's
Okay.
here.
Hello?
Okay, hello.
Hey!
Well, congratulations to your team for taking that extremely fast win. I think that might have been a league record as much as we memed that flushed.
Well, we were talking about it. We're 3 minutes short of the record.
Oh, unfortunate, but that was a ridiculously fast speed run nonetheless. You guys, I believe, was it this week in the countdown where someone said you definitely weren't taking Rio lightly, and I think that showed because he just kind of steamrolled him.
We kind of treated Rio the same way that teams treated Shanghai near the end of Season 1 in the Overwatch League. Since no one wants to be the first team to lose to them, And even then, like even with them being winless, they're not a bad team in my opinion. Like that comes from a team who just got 3-0'd by us, like in convincing fashion. But they're not bad. You have people like ATZ and well, mostly ATZ. Like he's an incredible. Okay, I have a lot of respect for a lot of people on Rio. Blitz is like a friend of mine, and I think he's a good off tank. He just kind of got outplayed today. Same with ATZ. My team played really well coordinated, and they just dismantled Rio. That's the way it worked today.
Yeah. Honestly, Alpha Omega in particular kind of just rolled on the Junkrat there for a couple of maps.
Yeah.
So, let's see. Who are you facing next week? Is it
Wisdom?
Wisdom. Okay, yeah, I thought so. So
The only team we have yet to beat.
what are your thoughts going into that match? Like, what are you planning for?
We know it's going to be a tough match in total. Being honest, I kind of wish this week's bans were the bans for Wisdom because Splash is a really good diva, and I was hoping that the diva be banned when we played Wisdom. But even then, I still think we're going to have a good chance because out of all the games Wisdom has played, the first 3-2 they had, like getting pushed to map 5, was, I think with us, either us or no, it was one trick in the first week. But then Wisdom played us, and we almost beat them. The first control map, we beat them 100-0 both points. Honestly, I feel like we're probably the other team in contention for number 1 with Wisdom. I feel like every other team is either on par or beneath us on a good day. So I feel like with Wisdom, they're going to be our true like challenge for the end of the season.
All right.
So as you go into the postseason here, you get that week off, and then you're hoping that you get yourself a nice bracket placement here, at least in the playoffs. In a way, who you hoping to go against here in the first round of playoffs?
Well, okay, actually, I'm looking at the scores from tonight because mathematically, there's still a possibility that Plat can make second seed, but it requires
yeah.
a lot of stuff going. Like I've been keeping an eye on stuff. We've done our part. We had a 3-0 Rio, and then next week we have to 3-0 Wisdom. So
Okay, well that one might be a bit.
yeah, that's going to be a little harder. But if we don't get second seed, then honestly,
You just face Rio again, probably.
I want to play either Rio or Hyperflex. I'd rather not play Geo or One Trick because they're the other two teams in contention for second. Because both of the matches we've had against them went to either 6 or 5 maps. But for both Hyperflex and Rio, we beat them in 3. And I feel like that would give us the best chance of moving forward in the playoffs.
All right. Well, that's all I've got. Unless Sherlock, you've got another question.
Honestly, not really. Looks like you got your team in a really great position, and again, we just see what you guys got for what you can bring for playoffs.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure. Like honestly, I love these guys.
All right, we'll let you get back to celebrating with your team. Unfortunately, I don't have any updates for the other matches. Oh wait, OGW is currently 2-0 on Hyperflex. That's the only update I have.
If One Trick wins, then we're automatically eliminated.
Volskaya went 5-4, so apparently they're keeping it close. But OTW is still on match point now. But I have no idea. I guess the other game is streamed, so you can just check that out. But yeah,
I will.
Unsurprisingly, you finished first.
Woo!
All right, we'll let you get back to your
Thank you guys very much. Have a good day.
You too. All right, so hope you all watching this on YouTube enjoyed that. It was a stomp. Not much to learn from it. Pletchat's just better. It felt like Rio was a little bit mentally boomed coming into this. I feel like they might just be not caring so much about the last couple games of the season. They might just be resigned to going 0-10 and possibly having a chance in the playoffs. But personally, if it were me, I wouldn't want to be the first team to ever go winless in League Zero, especially such a historical brand as Rio. You know, actually, that was the first brand in League Zero as far as I recall. I'd have to ask like Zach or possibly Boulders, because obviously that brand came from a dividing video where he had like a theoretical Overwatch League team. So, anyways, hope you all enjoyed this. I guess go check out the other matches on YouTube by the time you're watching this. See ya.